Hello everyone, welcome to another stage in Learn Digital Skills. So in today's tutorial, we are going to be seeing the introduction to PowerPoint. So some of you might actually be wondering, I don't really need PowerPoint. PowerPoint is for everyone. It is basically more of presentation. It involves presentation. So if you already know PowerPoint or you are looking for a way to enhance your skill in PowerPoint, this is actually for you. So do not miss out. Let's begin. All right, so to begin, I'm just going to be opening my PowerPoint now. Good. So if you're not having PowerPoint, you can actually use it online by just going to your Chrome or any of your browser and search for Microsoft Office, or you can simply go to download it from the Microsoft Office. All right, so when I open my PowerPoint, this is how it looks like. All right, so this is the home, this is a new, and this is open. Now, the new is if we actually want to create a new document, then this is to open if we want to open a previous document. All right, when you come up here, we have themes here. So we are not going to be using any of these themes. We're going to be using a blank presentation. We're going to be starting it from scratch. All right, so this is it. We're just going to be clicking on blank presentation. Good. Now, when you click on blank presentation, this comes up. Now, this is how the PowerPoint looks like. So up here first, we have what we call the quick access. Now, these are the quick access. We have the save here, and this is the undo button, and this is the redo button or to repeat. So that is for this up here, which is the quick access. So we can decide to add some other tools we actually use easily, or tools that we find that maybe we use it every time. We can add it to the quick access. So that is just what the quick access is used for. So now let's see how we can add it. All you have to do is just right click. Now, when you right click on your ribbon here, you see add to quick access toolbar. You tap on it. Now, when I tap on it, you see this here, it has been added. So if I want to add something else, I just come there, right click on it, you see add to quick access toolbar. I tap on it, it has been added there. So let's say I now want to remove it. I don't need anything in my quick access. I can just right click on it, remove from quick access toolbar. I can also remove this too. Good. Now this is it. We just remove this from our quick access toolbar. So now when you come here, this right here are what we call the tabs. They are what we call the tabs. Now we have the home tab, the insert tab, the draw tab, design tab, transition, and all of that. So all of these are what we call the tab. And inside the tab, we have what we call ribbons. We have what we call ribbons. Now these are the ribbons here. All of these here are what we call the ribbons. Now the ribbons are where you get your tools which are inside every tab. So if I should click on the insert tab now, it's actually going to change the ribbon. Now you see the setup, it's actually going to change it. So all the tools that are on the ribbon inside the insert tab are what we are going to be seeing here. So I'll just go back to the home tab and look at all of this. Now, inside all of the ribbon, we see have what we call groups. We have what we call groups inside the ribbon. Now, what are groups? Now, groups are where they classify a particular set of tools together. Now, if you come to the clipboard group, you see this, look at all of this here. Now, if you come to this other one, you see this is another group here. This is the name of the group, slide group. Now, if you come here, this is another group, font group. This is paragraph group. This is drawing and editing group. All right, guys. So now I'm going to just ask you guys a question to be sure if you understand what I have said. Now, I'll go to the insert tab. Now, I want somebody to tell me the name of this group. So you can just pause the video and go to the comment section and type it there, the name of this group. All right. So you can just leave your answer there. If you are right, I'm going to give you a thumbs up. If you are wrong, I'm going to correct you. I'll tell you the correct answer to it. All right. So I'll just go back to the home. Now, so like I was saying, this is the group. This is the clipboard group, the slides group, the fonts, paragraph, drawing, editing, and the add-ins group. So all of these are group. So now we've come to see that this up here are what we call the quick access. This the tab, the ribbon, and inside the ribbon we have what we call groups. So when I say let's move to our design tab, you all know that it's here. Just tap on your design tab. And when I say go to the scene group, you know that this is it here. Or if I say go to the variance group, this is it here. All right, guys. So now, okay, so now when you come down here, you see this. These are our slides. We call the slide. So we can create more slides or insert more slides. How can we do that? You just come here on your home tab under the slide group. You see the new slide here. You just click on this, then you can create a new slide. So in every presentation or in when you open PowerPoint, the first thing you see is always a title slide. How do I mean by the title slide? That is the first part of the slide. That is what you always see there. So you can now add other parts. You can decide to add the section header, title only, comparison, title and content, and all of that. You can decide to add all of that. So now let's look for something here to use. Let's let's use the picture with caption. Just tap on it. Now I've created this slide. Did you guys understand how I just created this slide? All right, now let's do it again. I'll go to my slide here, new slide, click on it. You come down, you see picture with caption, click on it. Now this is how we create a new slide. All right, so I'm just going to do again, then I'm going to be closing blank. I'll use the blank. Now this is going to be the cover for my presentation or the end of my presentation. All right, so I'll go back to the top of this. So this is just everything concerning my presentation. All right, so on this part of it, I'm going to be putting in a title. Okay, I'm going to be putting in body. Good. Then I'll come to the next one here. I'll put in head. Then I'll move to the next one. I'll put in chart. Then I'll come to the last one. When I come to the last one, I will not actually find anything here to put. So what I can just do is to come to my insert. I want to be inserting a text. Then I'll come here to create a text box. I'll draw a text box here. Then I'll just put in the end. All right, so I can decide to increase it. When I highlight it, this right here is what we use when we want to actually edit the fonts. All of this here is what we use in editing the fonts. All right, so I'll just come here now to increase this. When I click on this, I can decide to come down straight to 44 or 60 to increase it. Then I can decide to make it bold. So this is just how we can do this here. All right, so now we now have our slides, which is the body, the head, the chart, and the end of it. All right, so this is just for all of this. Now let's say for instance we created a new slide. So I'm just going to be creating another slide here, and I'll give it another name. Okay, let me just put in feedback. All right, so now let's say this slide we created, maybe while we're presenting it, it might not really be important for us to do the presentation. So we can decide to delete this slide. So how do we delete a slide? All you have to do is you just right click on it, you come down, you see delete slide, you click on delete slide, and it deletes the slide. The slide is no longer there. So now this is just how we can delete the slide. So how about maybe this chart now we want it to be at the top of this head should be down here. How can we do that? Just come straight to your charts, you click hold and drag it up here and drop. Now we see it after the body. Now we get the chart. So if we want to take it back, it still do the same. You can click the chart and drag it down. We can also do this. You can click on this and drag it down here, whichever way. So this is just how we can move our slides. Maybe you want this one to come before this or the other before the other one. So it's just like that we can move our charts. All right, so this is just for all of this. Now let's now see how we can insert or create a design in PowerPoint. All right, so I'm just going to go straight to my design here. Good. Now under this group, the team group, we have all of this here. So all of these are different themes we can use for our presentation. So if I click on this drop down arrow here, we'll get more and more themes. So let's just look for one to use. I just prefer to use a brighter color. Okay, I think I like this one. So I'm just going to click on it. Good. After clicking on it, this is just how it comes out to be. Then when I move to the variants here, this variant helps me to choose a color. You can select any color, or you just bring this, you come to colors and then you select any color here of your choice. You can use any color here. You can also decide to change the fonts. Maybe you do not want to use the font there. You can change it. Okay, I think this is also nice. Then these are what we call the effects. You can use any of these effects here for the themes. Alright, I'm just going to skip this. I'm not going to be using any effect there. Alright, so this is the color I want to use. So you can decide to take any color of your choice here. You can even use maybe your favorite color or whichever color that matches. Alright, so this is the color I'm just going to be using. Okay, so now this is my title. Then when I come down here, this is body and the end. Alright, so this is the body. Okay, I'm just going to add the subtitle here. Then digital skills, subtitle. Okay, all right. So now moving over to this part now, this is the head. So we are just going to be adding some text here, and then we insert an icon here. All right. So let's just put in something. The head is the main part of the body, and that's the rest of that. So you can decide to add more, and maybe if your presentation requires any other thing, you can put it in there. So I'm just going to stop there. I can still add so many things because I have enough spaces here. All right, so it's a click icon to add picture. So we're going to be adding a picture for the head here. I'll just click on this icon, insert picture, then I'll come to my downloads. I want to insert a picture. All right, so I just inserted this picture, though it does not just choose only the head of this. All right, so this is how we can insert a picture. There are other ways we can insert, maybe even if we're not having that icon there, because we use that icon in inserting. You can come straight to your insert. When you come to insert, you see pictures here. You click on pictures and then you can insert a picture from this device or online pictures. So we are just going to see how we can now work on this picture format. Come to picture format. Now from this, let's say we're having background in this picture we inserted. To remove the background, all we have to do is just come to remove background, and then we click on it, then we can easily remove the background. Or maybe we want to do some corrections on the pictures. Maybe the pictures are too bright or maybe they are too dark. Just come to your corrections and then you can work on it. You can select any one here to use. So I'm not going to be using anyone because my picture is okay. So I'll just click outside. Then if you come here, you see picture styles. I just love using this picture style because it actually brings beauty out. So this is what the one I love to use more. This one. So I'll just click on this. Now, this image I inserted is actually having no background. So that is why it's showing the background for my slide. So if yours is having a background, if you wish to remove the background, you can just come to remove background here to remove. But if you do not want to remove the background, you can use it that way, whichever one you want. All right, so this is just how it's going to now be like. I just inserted or I just added a picture style to this picture. All right, so this is not all. Now it's now time for us to now insert a logo. How can we now insert a logo? or we are supposed to insert the logo at the title here. This is where we'll be inserting our logo right here. So let's see how we can insert our logo. Now this is a good opportunity for us to understand how we can insert a picture. So just come straight to insert, come to pictures, this device. I'll just click on this device and this pops up. So I'm just going to be inserting my logo. All right, so this is my logo now. I just click on it and click on insert. Now this is it here. I'm just going to be reducing this and I'll put it here. Good. Now you see this little line, this grid dotted line. This is actually going to be helping me when I'm inserting or arranging a picture so that it will align it properly. So this is now helping me. Okay, I'm just going to leave it here. Good. Now this is it. So now let's see how we can now remove the background for this, because maybe I don't need the background. I'll just come to background, remove background. Good. So I'm going to be marking areas to keep. The areas I want to keep, I'll mark them out. This is areas I wish to keep here and this one. Good. So now I'm done. I'll just click on keep changes. Good. I've removed the background. This is just it. So this is just how you can remove your background in PowerPoint. So this is my logo here. Good. All right. So now let's continue. Over to this part now is the charts. We're going to see how we can insert a chart here. All right, so we actually just want to insert some charts here. So that means we're not going to be making use of any of this. So we can simply just click on it and delete. Good, you see this? So if maybe in a situation, maybe you don't need maybe the text box or the where you can insert your picture, all you have to do is just click on it and then you delete. So that's just it. So now I'm going to be inserting the chart now. I'll click on this. I'll come straight to charts. Click on charts. Good. Then I can select whichever one I want to use. All right. Okay. I guess I'm just going to be using this one. I can decide to even use the line or even the pie or bar chart, whichever one I want to use. I'll go with this one. Single. All right. Um, I'll go with this. Okay. All right. So this is it. It just inserted this here. So now, after when you insert this, this actually going to be is going to be popping up. This is from Excel. So if you want to learn more about Excel, you can still check out some of my videos that I've made. You will learn more about Excel because Excel is very, very good. So now this is what is going to be popping up. Now we have the category first. Let me move this up here. So this is it, category, category 1, category 2, category 3, and category 4. So now we're going to be changing them. So now let's say this, we're going to be changing it to head. Then this, let's say we're changing it to hand. Then this one. Now if you notice while we're changing it, if you look here, you see this, they're changing here. So this one, we're changing it to eyes, and the last one we're changing it to a leg. All right, so this is just it. Now we have series 1, series 2, and series 3. We can decide to delete everything under the series 3. We don't need it, and we just have 1 and 2. And also we can decide to delete everything in series 2. We don't need it, we have just 1. So we can also decide to add more series here, maybe series 4, and it will create that one for it. All right, so let's say the head, let's say the number of head we counted for a particular time. Let's say we counted 45, and the hand should be 72. The eyes should be 56, and the legs should be 29, 28 rather. Good. If I try to say 28, it'd be like someone was having just one leg. All right, so now this is it. I'll click on this one. This here. All right. So we're having series one. So instead of having this series one here, I'll just change it to body. You see this? Now I've inserted the body. When I'm done, I'll just close this. Good. Now this is my chart. So now let me just align my chart to fit in here. I can just reduce this, put this in here. So this is just my chart. I just put it in here. All right. So now we need to give our chart a title also. So come here, give it part of the body. Good. Now we're giving our chart a header, a title rather. All right. So now this is our presentation. We have from the body down to the head, down to the chart, and the end of our presentation. All right. So this is just all concerning how we can now go about with our presentation. Now it's now time for us to move to the transition and the animation. Now in PowerPoint, this is what actually helps when we're presenting. We want something in a way whereby when we click, we just move to the next, or something just slide in, or when we click, we just move to the next slide and all of that. Now this animation, it helps with each and everything we have inside our each slide, everything we have inside each slide. That is what the animation helps in animating, or I would say that is where you can use your animation. Then the transition, where you can use it, is for slides, from a slide to the next slide. That is just how you can use it. All right, so now let's begin by putting some transition, which is for the slides. So I'm just going to be using one transition. Okay, shop. Let me see this one. Okay, you can decide to use whichever one you want to use, but if you don't want to use anyone, you just click on none. But I'll prefer you use something, just looking for the one that best fits. All right, so I'll just click on, I'll use this wipe. I'll be using wipe. You can decide to use anyone. You can also click here and decide to use whichever one you want to use here. All right, so I'll move to the next one. I'll also use the wipe. The next wipe. Now, if you want to be sure that maybe you've added a transition on a particular slide, when you click on the wipe or whichever transition you want here, when you come here, you see this looking like a star here. Good. Now, as you see, we've added transition on all of this, but number 4 is not having it because we've not added the transition. So just click on it. I click on wipe. Now, this is it. We've added it here. All right, so now we're done with the slide. Now let's start with this. So I want this and this to slide in. I'll go to animation. Now, how did I select both of them? I clicked on this, hold my shift, and clicked on the next one. So I want all of this to come in, these two to come in at the same time. So I'm using the fade. Good. Now I'm not going to be adding anything here. This is for my logo. It will come in together with the background. So I'm not going to be using anything. I'll just leave it like that. Then I'll move to the next one here. So I want this to come in first, head. I want it to float in. Good. Then the next one is the text, or no, the image. I want the image to move in next. I'll use the split. Then this one, I'll use the float in. Good. So now this will come out first, one. Look at this one. Then this will come out second, which is two. And this will come out the third, three. So that's for this. Then I'll move to the next one. I will click on this. This one should come out first. Float in. Good. Then this one, I'll use the split. Then float in. Float in. Then this one should be split. Good. I'm done with this. Then I move to the last one. I click on this. Then I'm going to be using something else here. Mm, okay, swivel. Good. So that is just everything concerning that. All right. So now let's now play it from beginning. Come to the slideshow. Come to this. Click from beginning. All right. So when you just click. As you click, it moves. I hope you all are getting this. As you click, it moves. Good. So that is just all. So now it's now time for us to now record it, and then we can now export it. So how can we do that? So when we are done recording, we can now export the video, create a video. All right, this is going to be the video, the name for the video, body. Good. So I'm just going to go straight to where I saved it. Now this is it, body. So this is now our presentation, and we can now play our presentation. So this is just how we can go about with that. So this is now everything concerning the introduction to PowerPoint. So if you want to still learn more about PowerPoint, you can still stay. I'll be releasing more videos on PowerPoint. So you can actually enhance your skill by learning more on PowerPoint. Also, if you wish to learn more about computer or introduction to Microsoft Word or that of Excel, you can do well to check for it out on my video or on my channel. All right, so up next, you'll be seeing an introduction to Excel. So if you wish to learn about the introduction to Excel, you can tap on the video. All right, guys, so do not forget, hit the subscribe button, continue to like, continue to share this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.